Steady now.
Though fond memories often stem from Turtles in Time, Konami's arcade classic, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have had a rougher run in the video game space. Weak source attempts at revivals, pointless Nickelodeon shovelware, and mediocre movie tie-ins means the joys of that game seem even more distant. However, when it was announced that nostalgia freaks and all-around solid action developer Platinum Games was making Mutants in Manhattan, fans could be genuinely hopeful. But yet again, despite online co-op and some decent ideas, fans will be left feeling sicker than gorging on week-old pizza.
Well, you're all wrong. 'Cause Bebop's the best there is.
Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Raphael return as the quartet look to take down series veterans, such as Rocksteady, Bebop, and the Shredder. Each mission follows a similar structure. You complete a series of sub-missions until filling a meter, which then allows you to proceed with a boss fight to end the level. Each mission ranks you based on speed and performance, as well as rewarding bonuses for feats. The missions are randomly determined, varying based on which level you choose. Bosses have multiple health meters and can take a good amount of damage to take down. All in all, there are 9 stages that run you through a tour of villains from the Turtles past and present, which seems standard so far. The problems begin when you delve deeper, however. Platinum have often demonstrated interesting, challenging combat systems, but Mutants in Manhattan is a real disappointment next to those, as it's about as shallow as character action games come, featuring very little in the way of skilled combat. Combos are almost non-existent, with instead a focus on disruptive abilities, meaning you're rewarded more for this over skill. When this lackluster system combines with stupid AI, even the hardest difficulty is a breeze. The only part you'll have to think about is co-op combos, which can be linked with other turtles and deal more damage. But this is far from enough to make it interesting, and combat becomes stale very quickly. There are dodge and parrying systems, but these intuitions are rarely rewarded, instead leaving you mashing buttons and getting S ranks with no effort. The design also falters. Levels follow the same principle, as you're placed into bigger stages with objectives to complete before you confront a boss, bar a couple which take place in the sewers and have a more linear progression.
No biggie. What's the worst that could happen?
Unfortunately, missions preceding bosses are an utter bore, be it escorting gold back to the bank or disposing of dangerous weaponry. You can try to sneak between objectives and perform takedowns, but this repetitive design otherwise wears thin long before you reach the end. Bosses themselves are on the same difficulty level as the rest of the game, though you do get the odd chance of a bonus boss spawning with another, which can up the challenge. For example, a fight with Bebop in stage 1 can see Rocksteady join in, depending on your score and the difficulty. But it's still not enough to prevent burnout. Mutants in Manhattan wears out its welcome quickly, but it ends not long after that, as you can breeze through the game in 6 hours or less. You can level up abilities using points earned in combat, upgrade charms, which add bonuses such as improved drop rates from enemies or faster cooldowns on abilities, and hunt for collectibles in each level. These are randomly generated though, meaning you could collect 3 different items but earn the same collectible.
Whoa, that's a super rare item. Do you know how lucky you are?
There is co-op too, as while solo allows you to pick one of the turtles, the rest can be filled either with AI or online partners, with the local play sadly non-existent.
How are you holding
You can freely switch between turtles when playing solo, but co-op alleviates the tedium somewhat. However, it's still very poor value for money.
Sorry about spoiling your fun, Horn Dome, but ain't you a little too big to be playing with trains?
Fun? Ha! You stupid turtles ain't seen nothing yet!
It's also quite a cheap looking game, sometimes closer resembling an upscaled Xbox 360 game. Platinum opts for a cel-shaded look, but it lacks any refinement or detail. Environments are used and reused between chapters, and despite some decent weather effects featuring in some areas, it's not impressive. Though the fast frame rates aren't always essential, the locked 30 frames per second leaves Mutants looking very slow compared to competing games. The audio is infuriating, with the same 4-second music loop being repeated at the end of every cutscene, uninspired music, and canned dialogue which becomes maddening before you finish the opening chapter.
It only hurts when I breathe and move and blink.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutants in Manhattan is very disappointing. When you consider the developer's pedigree, this rushed action game falls completely flat next to both competing games and Platinum's other projects. The rote design leaves each level blending together, the shallow combat becomes dull incredibly fast, and the short runtime means it's a borderline rip-off. Fans of the Heroes in a Half Shell would be better off replaying Turtles in Time, cartoon enthusiasts should stick with Transformers Devastation, and even Platinum fans will find this a hard game to stomach.
Weaker than I even anticipated.